Parasuchus. Parasuchus is an extinct genus of phytosaur known from the late Triassic, late Carnian to early Norian stage of Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, India. It contains a single species, Parasuchus hislopi, though see below. Discovery. Parasuchus was first described on the basis of a chimeric material, a Rhynchosaurian basicranium mixed with phytosaurian partial snout, scutes, and some teeth. The partial premaxillary rostrum snout, GSI H20/11, was chosen as the lectotype of Parasuchus hislopi. GSI H20/11 was collected from the Lower Mallory Formation, Pranhita Godavari Basin, near the Mallory village of Adilabad district, Andhra Pradesh. Later, Sankar Chatterjee 1978 described many complete remains from the Lower Mallory Formation, as well as one nearly complete skull formed the Tiki Formation, that he assignated to Parasuchus hislopi. Two complete and articulated skeletons that include complete skulls were collected in the vicinity of the Mutapuram village of Adilabad district. Both individuals were roughly 8 ft 2.4 m in length, lying side by side. The left individual, ISIR 42, is perfectly preserved and was designated as the neotype of the species following the suggestion of Chatterjee 2001. The rostrum of the right individual, ISIR 43, is the only missing part of its skeleton. In the presumable gastric contents of these two skeletons, two articulated and almost complete skeletons of Mallorysaurus robinsoni, both designated as a SEER 150, a basal archosauromorph, were found. From the same locality as the neotype, 3 isolated conjoined basioccipital/basis phonoids, ISIR 45-47, were also recovered. A couple of miles north of that locality, near the Venkatapur village, 2 more excellently preserved skulls were found. ISIR 160 represents an isolated but nearly complete skull, while ISIR 161 represents partial skull and articulated postcranial remains. Finally, the skull recovered from the Tikisuchus holotype site of the Tiki Formation Gindwana group, about 4 miles west of Tiki village of Shedal district, Madhya Pradesh, is missing only the end of the snout and the squamosal. As the lectotype of the genus, it was found nearby Paradaptan remains. Both formations date to the late Carnian to early Norian stage of the late Triassic period, about 222.5–212 million years ago. Description. The name Parasuchus was first used by Thomas Henry Huxley 1870 in a faunal list. Since a diagnosis was provided, it was considered to be a nomen nudum. Richard Lydekker 1885 described and named P. hislopi formally, and proposed the family name Parasuchidae. However, the species was based on a chimeric syntype material, a Rhynchosaurian basicranium mixed with phytosaurian partial snout, scutes, and some teeth. Friedrich von Huene 1940 identified the basicranium as belonging to Paradaptan huxleyi, now known as Hyperadaptan huxleyi. Thus he assigned the phytosaurian material to a newly named species AF, Parasuchus maluriensis. Later, Edwin Harris Colbert 1958 designated all the Indian Parasuchian material as Phytosaurus maluriensis. Gregory 1962 accepted this proposal. Sankar Chatterjee 1978, who described many complete remains of the Indian Parasuchian, showed that it is not assignable either to Brachiosuchus, which is closely related to or synonymous with Angustorhinus, or to Phytosaurus, a doubtful name, probably the senior synonym of Nicrosaurus. He noted that since the Rhynchosaur basicranium is neither the holotype of P. hislopi nor the lectotype of Paradaptan huxleyi, the suppression of P. hislopi should be avoided. To avoid additional confusion, the non-diagnostic holotype of P. hislopi was replaced by a neotype ISIR 42 with approval from the Ixon Opinion 2045 following the application of Chatterjee 2001. The two articulated skeletons, ISIR 42-43, alone represent the most complete phytosaurs known to date. Additionally, Parasuchus has been found as one of the most primitive phytosaurs in phylogenetic analyses of Phytosauria, making it very significant for understanding the origin of the Phytosauria. Some studies, like Chatterjee 1978 and Lucas et al. 2007, synonymized Parasuchus with another basal phytosaur, Paleorhinus. If this is the case, the name Parasuchus would have precedence over Paleorhinus because Paleorhinus was named in 1904, 19 years after Parasuchus was named. A phylogenetic analysis conducted by Kammerer et al. 2016 confirmed that Parasuchus hislopi is nested within the least inclusive clade containing the species Paleorhinus bransoni and Paleorhinus angustiferans. The authors thus considered the genus Parasuchus to be a senior synonym of the genus Paleorhinus as well as Argonarhinus, and referred the species Paleorhinus bransoni, Paleorhinus angustiferans, and Argonarhinus magniculus to the genus Parasuchus. The cladogram below follows Nesbitt 2011. Etymology. Parasuchus was first described and named by Richard Ledecker in 1885, and the type species is Parasuchus hislopi. The generic name is derived from the Greek para/para meaning beside or near, and suchus from the Greek sauchos, which refers to the Egyptian crocodile-headed god Sobuk. The specific name hislopi honors Hislop, who drawn attention in 1854 to the red clays near Mallory village, in which the holotype and later the neotype and other specimens of P. hislopi was recovered. References ==